To make it really tight, you might need to use the help of your crochet hooks to push in, and that is it. Okay, so let's begin the project by bringing in some of our supplies. We will require 4 or 3.5mm crochet hook, stitch markers, scissors to cut the yarn. We will also require row counter to keep track of our rows, tapestry needle to sew in. Other than that, we will also require 5 different color yarns of your choice. And we will also need polyester filling to stuff the toys later on. Okay, so then now that we have all the requirements, let's begin with the project. For the body part, we will begin by making a magic ring. So pull up this loop, chain 1 to secure. Now we will put 6 single crochet into the magic ring. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just pull the tail and it will close up the gaps. This is how we create magic ring. Alright, now before slip stitching it, we will be slip stitching here on this stitch, but before that I will show you how to use the stitch markers. We will mark the end of the stitch in that round. This is the last stitch, so we'll mark it here. And the reason why I'm marking there is because once we slip stitch here in this stitch, in the first stitch of the round, we slip stitch it and you will see that this stitch right here, it looks like a stitch, but it is really not a stitch. So we will just pull the yarn a little bit tight so that the stitch is not mistaken. Chain up 1 and we will begin row 2. In row 2, into the same stitch that we chain up 1, we are gonna put 2 single crochet. 1 and 2. So this is a single crochet increase, and we will increase all around the stitch. I will do this round with you. Another increase on the third stitch. Single crochet increase on the fourth stitch. 2. Another increase on the fifth stitch. And the last stitch that we mark off here, we will put 1 increase. 2 single crochet into the same stitch, that will give an increase. And again, we will mark here. Now, I want to show you how to use the other stitch marker to mark. Again, we will be marking off here at the end of the stitch because we don't want to mistakenly place the stitch marker in the wrong fake stitch. You can just slip in like this and leave it. It's pretty easy to use. Anyway, both the markers are great. And now we will just slip stitch into the first stitch of the row. Slip stitch. We can see right here this stitch, which is really not a stitch, but it is formed from the slip stitch, so we don't want to mistakenly work a single crochet in that. Anyway, you can tighten a little bit more by pulling the tail and close up the magic ring. Now for the next row, chain up one single crochet into the same stitch as we chain up, increase in the next stitch. So we will be putting 2 single crochet in this stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and 2 single crochet increase in the next stitch. And we will continue this repeat all around in this row. I will work this set with you for this row, but from the next row onward I will not be working the whole row for the sake of tutorial. Okay, so 1 single crochet, increase in the next stitch, 1 and 2 into the same stitch that make an increase, 1 single crochet, another increase, alright. Now here at the end of the row you will see that you will always end the row with an increase right where the marker is marked. So we will put 2 single crochet increase here, and that will finish off the round. So we will put 2 single crochet increase, 1 and 2. Now you can mark your marker right here, but also you can go on with this round without using a marker. So I will show you how to do that. Slip stitch it with the first stitch, and that completes row 3. Now row 4, chain up 1, single crochet into the same stitch, another single crochet, that is 2 single crochet, and we will have an increase on the third stitch. Once again we have 1 single crochet, another single crochet, then an increase. We put 2 single crochet and that is an increase. We will repeat this all around, and I will meet you back at the end of this row. Alright, so here at the end of the row you can see that this is the last stitch where we will be putting our increase. Even without the stitch marker we can see that the row ends here, because we can see this little fake stitch there, and the ongoing row is a little raised, so we can just slip stitch it to the first stitch and that will complete row 4. Okay, for row 5 we will chain up 1, but for the sake of this tutorial I will use the stitch marker and mark it here. This is the last stitch that we have worked on, so I will mark here and continue. In this row we will have 1 single crochet into the very first stitch right where we had put up our chain 1. So 1 single crochet, another single crochet in the next stitch, and 1 more single crochet in the next stitch. Then we will place an increase. So the pattern is 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, then an increase. 2, 3, then an increase. So row 5 will be a repetition of this all around. Continue to do this and I will meet you back at the end of the round. Okay, we're at the end of row 5. Here, as usual, you would see that the last stitch or the place where we had put our marker would be where we put an increase. So if you end up not putting an increase in the last stitch, then you may check your stitch count to see that everything is correct. Alright, we will end up the row by slip stitching it to the first stitch of the round. Slip stitch it, and that completes round 5. Row 6, chain up 1 single crochet into the same stitch, another single crochet, one more single crochet, and one more single crochet. Then we will put an increase in the 5th stitch. So the pattern here is 1 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 4, and then an increase. So we will repeat this all around again. Now I have completed row 6 and I'm about to start row 7. I have even chained up 1. So row 7 is single crochet into the next 5 stitches, then an increase. 3, 4, 5, and we're gonna place 1 increase on the 6th stitch. Alright, we will do this all around. Row 8. From this row onwards, we are not gonna be putting an increase anymore. So we will just chain up 1, put 1 single crochet into the very same stitch where we had chain up, and continue to put 1 single crochet in every stitch all around. And we will do this stitch from row 8 to row 17. For 10 continuous rows, we will be putting just 1 single crochet all around. And just crochet a little tighter than you normally would. After the completion of row 8, this is what it looks like. You will see that it's curling up a little bit and your project will grow in this direction. Now this is where our row counter comes into use. We can easily adjust and keep it in the number of rows that we are working on so that we don't get confused. All this while we did not need row counter because all the rows were unique on their own as we had just been increasing it. But when we are working on a large number of row repetition in round, we tend to get mixed up. So you turn this row counter at your own convenience at the start of the round or at the end of the round. Just turn like this and you will know in which row you are working. So continue to put 1 single crochet all around for 10 continuous rows, and I will meet you at the end of row 17. But just before that, I want to give you a small tip. Make sure that you crochet a little tighter than you normally would, because we do not want the polyester filling to be popping out of the crochet holes if we crochet loosely. Or you can opt for a smaller needle like 3.5 or 3, they are good to go. This is what it looks like after I have completed row 17. Well, you can see that my row counter stopped at row 17. From the next row onward, we are going to decrease, and I'm not gonna be using stitch marker anymore here. You can use if you want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochet, and now we will decrease two together. So for that, pick up the front loop, then pick up another front loop of the next stitch, pull through both the loops and crochet. Now that's a single crochet two together. So let me do this with you once again. One single crochet, two, three, four, five, and then two single crochet together. Pick up a loop, pick up another front loop. Now pull through both the loops and single crochet. You will do this for this whole round. And like before, after 5 single crochet, you will end your round by single crocheting 2 together. Just like we increased 2 together in the earlier row, we will decrease 2 together here. Slip stitch it, and that completes row 18. Row 19, chain 1, single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we will single crochet 2 together. So pick the front loop of these 2 and then crochet together. And I will meet you once you have done all around for this row. Go ahead and put 4 single crochet and then 2 together. Row 20, chain up 1, single crochet 1, 2, 3, and we will single crochet 2 together. This is a decrease. Decrease this row. Once again, 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease. Do this all around and I will meet you in the next round and show you how to stuff. So we completed row 20. Before I stuff in, I want to mark this one here and secure it so that I don't pull it off accidentally while filling the polyester in. Alright, so we're just gonna stuff in the fillings. Adjust accordingly as you keep stuffing in. Shape it with your hands. Okay, so once we are happy with the stuffing, we can continue on to work with row 21. So here's my stitch. For row 21, we will keep decreasing like before. Chain up 1 and single crochet 1, 2, then we will decrease in the next 2 stitches. Take the 2 stitches together and single crochet them together. And do this for the whole round. Okay, row 22, single crochet 1 and then decrease. So we will do 1 single crochet and decrease all around this row. Finish off row 22 by decreasing. And slip stitching it to the first stitch of the row. Okay. Now we can stuff in some more before closing off. We will fill in some more polyester fillings. Okay, row 23, chain up 1 and we will decrease all around. And I will work this row with you. This is the last round for the body section. So we will be decreasing all around this body part, and by the end of it we should have 6 single crochet. Now continue decreasing it, slip stitch it, chain up 1 and without pulling the yarn all the way through, leave a long tail and we will cut off the yarn. Now just pull the yarn and secure it. But we do need to close up this gap, so we will sew in. Thread in the needle. And we will pass the needle through and through, just like this. A simple whip in and out. And just pull. Now that close up the gap. So I will secure it by making a knot. I'll knot it once again. And that's all. But this little bump here, I want to make it a little flat, so pass the yarn, go out the other side and just pull. Now that evens it out. Pass it through the body and come off any other side. And just trim off the yarn. And that is it for the body section. Now, if you think you need to reshape it a little more, give some pressure, squeeze it, and shape it in the way that you want. Mold it. Okay, that is it. Go ahead and make 3 more of this in your yarn color choice, and I will see you for the head part. For the head, the starting 7 rows are the same as that of the body part, so I will not be showing you how to make that again. So from row 8, I will show you how to do. Slip stitch row 7, complete row 7 by slip stitching. Now chain 1. Row 8, we will single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochet, and we will put an increase on the 7th stitch. So we will increase here 1 and 2. Let me repeat that for you again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we will put 1 increase on the 7th stitch. Now we will do this all around. Row 9, chain up 1, we will put 7 single crochet and then an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. 7 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7 single crochet and then 1 increase in the next stitch. 1 and 2. And repeat this all around, and that is the end of increasing row. Now here we can count the row this way. Count the circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in case you do not have a row counter, you can count the row by counting the circles. Okay, so from row 10 onwards, we are gonna be just putting on one single crochet all around for 15 continuous rounds. So keep putting one single crochet till row 24, and I will see you after that. So this is what it looks like after I have completed row 24. Row 25, we will begin the decrease row. Chain up one single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single crochet, and then we are gonna put a decrease in the next 2 stitches by single crocheting them together, and we will repeat this all around. So we pick up the front loop of both the stitches, pull through both, and then single crochet them together. Row 26, chain up 1, we will put 6 single crochet and then decrease all around. One thing common that we can see here is that the decrease pattern is exactly the same as we had done the increase pattern. So I will not be showing you how to do. We had also seen the same in the body section. So I will not be showing you how to do all over in the camera again. So row 26 we will have 6 single crochet and then decrease. Row 27 5 single crochet then decrease. Row 28 4 single crochet and then decrease. Row 29 3 single crochet and then decrease. And after this we are gonna be stuffing and filling it up. So I will do this off camera and I will see you once you are reach row 29 and we are ready to stuff. So go ahead, pause the video and continue to work. So after row 29, this is what it looks like. Now we will be stuffing this with polyester filling. Go on and stuff it. Once you are happy with the stuffing, let's go ahead. Row 30, chain up 1, and we will put 2 single crochet and then decrease. Okay, we're not supposed to pick up just one loop. We're gonna have to take 2 loops for the single crochet. So yeah, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and then we have a decrease. Once again, 1, 2, and then we decrease. And we will do this all around row 30. Sometimes the yarns are not so comfortable to work with, Now row 31, chain 1, 1 single crochet into the same stitch as we had chained up, and then decrease. And we repeat this all around this row. Okay, so here we will stuff some more. In the body section, we decrease one more round from here and fasten it off. But once you're done with the stuffing, we don't really need to go and round it off. We can round it off here. So I will show you how to do that and close up this gap. Leave a long tail and cut off the yarn. Now just pull the yarn and that will tighten the stitch. Okay, so this hole that we have here, we want to close it off. Thread in the needle, and like before, we will just pass in and out the needle, a simple whip stitch. In and out all around. And just pull. Now this will close up the gap. We make a knot to tighten the stitch. Pass the needle through the body and out into the other side of the body, just anywhere. You don't have to be specific. Pull it through, and now that is nicely and neatly closed up. Pass it to any other side of the body again, and do this 2-3 times. Now the yarn will never come off. Okay, once this is done, you can trim off the yarn, and that is it. This is the head section. It's a bit bigger than the body section. That is all. For antennae, we are gonna start by making a magic ring, and we will put 6 single crochet into the magic ring. Chain up 1 to secure, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now pull the tail to close up the magic ring. Mark the end of the stitch. slip stitch it, and that completes the round. Row 2, chain up 1, 1 single crochet into the same stitch, another single crochet into the same stitch, and that is an increase. Another increase, and we will increase all around. Mark the last working stitch and slip stitch it to the first stitch of the round. And this completes row 2. Row 3, chain up 1, 1 single crochet, another single crochet. Basically, we will be putting 1 single crochet in all the stitch all around. Put single crochet all around for 3 more rows. I will meet you at the end of row 6. So this is what it looks like after round 6. Row 7, chain up 1. But before that, just check that the magic ring is closed. If not, just pull it and tighten it more. And we will stuff the soft fillings here before we proceed on. It is important to stuff now because later on the antenna becomes very narrow and difficult to stuff in. So we will stuff in as much as possible and continue. Row 7, pick up a loop from the stitch, pick up another front loop from the next stitch, pull it through both and single crochet them together. This is a row of decrease, so we will single crochet 2 together all around. I will forward it up a little bit as you have already had the idea of how to single crochet 2 together. Slip stitch it to complete the round. Now round 8 to 12 is a simple single crochet all around. So we will single crochet around in every stitch from row 8 to row 12. Continue to do this and I will meet you after the completion of row 12. Okay, so this is what it looks like after the completion of row 12. Now leave a long tail and cut off the yarn. Just pull it and secure the stitch. Now it is very narrow. As you can see here, you need to open up the stitch to make way for stuffing. Okay, so now I'm gonna stuff this, but I won't be able to use my finger, so I might have to take the help of some other crochet hook, which is not too smooth. I'm gonna take this one. It has a rubber handle, so it might help me. I'm gonna use this and try to stuff in. Use whichever medium you feel comfortable in. Okay, so we make 2 of this, and that is it. For the leg part, we will put 6 single crochet into the magic ring, chain up 1, and we will increase all around. So we're gonna put 2 single crochet here, 1, 2, another increase, third increase, fourth increase, fifth increase, and sixth. If you need to use stitch marker, go ahead and use it, but here I am not using. Slip stitch it. That completes row 2. Row 3. Chain up 1, 1 single crochet into the same stitch as we had chain up, and this does not change. 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and another single crochet in the next stitch, and so we will be putting 1 single crochet in every stitch all around for 6 continuous rows. So row 3 to 8 you will put just single crochet all around, and I will meet you after that. This is what it looks like after you have finished row 8. Slip stitch it, chain up 1, leave a long tail to sew in and attach with the body later on, and cut off the yarn. Just pull the yarn through, and that is it. This extra long tail that we have from the starting of the round, you can sew it in, or you can just put it down here and stuff it with the polyester filling. I'm just gonna put it down, and I will stuff it with the soft fillings. Now it is important that we stuff this quite tightly, because we need the legs to support the body. So stuff in as much as you can, as tight as you can. So this is tight enough for me. To make it really tight, you might need to use the help of your crochet hooks to push in, and that is it. So go ahead and make 7 more of these legs to match the body part, or you can mix match it and make it even more colorful. Now that we have everything ready, the head, body parts, antenna, and the 4 pair of legs, the hard part is over and we are ready to attach them together. I don't want to make the video too long, so I'll show you how they are attached and how to embroider the little cute eyes in the next part. I'll also give you the links to access the free pattern along with the second part of the video. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing and hit that little notification bell so that you don't miss out the next video. Till then, I hope you have learned something new today. See you in the next video.